So let me hear myself again. All right, let me reintroduce myself.
My name is.
My name is, yes, I'm your girl, Mara Malova, the Afro-Punk Queen, here on The Vault. Thank you so much for being here with us. We're all about that hip-hop vibe from 254 to the world. Yes, of course, we've got the rowdiest crew member, not his crew. On radio
so
because Jimmy's not here.
Five fingers in the air.
10 fingers in the air.
Oh, 10 fingers in the air.
There we go.
Yes. Jirongize ndani ya nyumba, so unajua woza kama kawa. Leo ni hip hop Thursday, yani 100%. Yani leo tuko kwa roots. Leo tuko kwa mizizi de. Hadi vioxy de. In the house de. Bombo wall.
Vioxy de.
Loving the flow.
Yeah, man. Kona mfalme leo.
Kelvin, just help me.
Peace, brother Siddiqui here in the building. You know, appreciate the vote. Icon Radio for having a brother. You know what I mean? I'm feeling the vibe here up in Kenya. You know, loving the host with her spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's a beautiful thing. You know, nice studio. I'm very comfortable. Thank you for having a brother coming all the way from the kidnapped land of America. You know, but I'm home here in Kenya and on the continent of Africa.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing. You know, I'm vibing very well with my people. You know what I mean? It's all about building. You know, building new relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Black all day. I see it all.
Black all day.
Love
you know,
it.
That's how I'm living. You know what I'm saying? Black first, race first. You know, that's the reality which I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know if I'm supposed to continue to go on or you want to build with brother Vioxy.
Right. We'll have Vioxy come and just introduce himself, and I'll just need you to just speak it to the microphone.
Oh, yeah, uni Vioxy dede. CEO tuko ndani ya Vault kuwakilisha. Hip hop kama kawa, hip hop damu.
Karibu
mpaka mwisho kabisa.
Karibu sana.
Asante kabisa.
All right, guys. It's been like I think you guys are waiting for us for an hour. So thank you so much for being patient here with us. We're officially started. And of course, you can holler at us. And if you have got any questions for our guests today, be sure to hit us up on +254 788 380030. That's +254 788 380030. You can also call in on the same number, or even just send a voice note. We'll definitely play it over here. Just be nice and appropriate. But yes, you can also call in on 0748 140086. You're streaming us on www.iconradio.co.ke, and we are live on youtube.com/@iconradioke. There we go. Okay, so I cannot hear you. I cannot. All right.
Maira. Wiki imekuwa refu tangu
security.
I think watu wanacheza vile wanacheza na kunaenda vile kunaenda. Alafu unajua the media imeacha kuongea kusunja. Sijui ameona kamvua kama
imeacha.
Ameona kamvua kamelanda.
Lakini bado watu wako na njaa.
Kisa kuna maji Turkana.
Bado things are thick. Kati naleta mei kutoka South Africa. Things are still kidogo thick.
Alafu Bill Gates alikuwa Kenya.
Alikuwa huko.
Unajua kama kamkudu nini? Unajua anafaa kufungwa. Afrika Central Africa. He gave 10,000 women vaccines. 5,000 of them died. And he has a court case. Actually, Catholic people, I don't like Catholic, but Catholic was the one who took him to jail.
Right.
He vaccinated people. So he came to Kenya to tell people to eat bags. That guy is crazy. Africa, we have food. Alafu mtu anakuja kutuambia tukule bags.
We'll get into that.
It's a dangerous thing. That's what I was telling you. You know, they're the wrong people. He's the wrong person to trust, especially bringing in the.
Actually, he was the one promoting even a lot of COVID and vaccination kind of things around the world. I'm just saying. I'm not. Nobody's supposed to sue me or anything. I'm just saying. There's a track record of him.
Oh yeah.
Even Angelina Jolie is giving his kids bags. You know, I'm like, what?
I think
we have greens here. We have healthy food.
Yeah, we do have healthy food.
What's up? You know, we need bags to help plantation around. So it's an ecosystem. You know, everything has to work. You know, it's like an engine. I don't know what people are telling us to eat.
But more importantly, away from that's for them and their demons to deal with. Let them deal with them themselves. But the thing is that something that we never really talk about, and I love that this month is observing that it's men and their mental health. And I think we've talked about it before, especially in the world of music, the world of hip hop, and just artists just finding that release to be able to kind of just like, be able to like decompress and just realize that they're not only men, they're humans too, and that they should be able to be vulnerable and be able to just speak about whatever is weighing heavily on them. We've talked about it with a few people before, and there's actually centers that have been set up to kind of like give that therapy, like the one at City Park that gave people therapy through music. And there are a lot of men who have come out, especially artists. I don't know if you guys have, ever just like, kind of like just waded into that topic and just what you think about it, especially like, Vioxy, you're an artist and making it in Kenya is an extreme sport. Yeah. Let's just start there. Okay.
It should be listed
it should be listed as an extreme sport in life.
Ways
okay. Wasanii wanakama wanasema manze tumehuzunika, we are not making it in life, the cops are after us every time, like there's just too many problems. But how is it and how have you been able to deal mentally trying to put out your music and trying to just rise above the rest, and how have you dealt with issues that may be affecting you?
Being an MC or a rapper in Kenya, it's not easy. That is one thing I must assert. And personally, first of all, I must big up all the rappers,
right,
who are still keeping it 100 and who are still doing it despite putting more effort but getting less. You understand? It takes time.
Right.
Sijui utaniruhusu nizungumze Kiswahili kidogo.
Cheza kama wewe, cheza kama
msanii. Kuwa msanii ni kazi. Ambapo kama kuna initiative hiyo ya mental health, nafikiria ni kitu bora zaidi.
Yeah.
Alafu kuwa msanii mwanaume tofauti na kuwa sio kwamba tunabagua wanadada ama marappers ama wasanii wa kike, lakini kuwa msanii wa kiume kuna mahitaji mingi zaidi. Ama kuna vitu ambavyo unapitia, maana unajua unaweza kuwa kama mimi ni msanii, kubalance hii usanii na labda kazi ambayo unafanya, maana muziki inachukua muda kabla ilipe.
Kweli.
Unaona? Na muziki ni industry expensive, lazima uput in more ndio upate. Na ili upate, hata ukiput in more inaweza chukua muda. Kama mimi karibu youthful yangu yote ama tangu nikiwa kijana nimekuwa tu mwanamuziki. Lakini siwezi nikasema kwamba nimefaidi ama nimepata ile resource yote ambayo nimeweka. So unaona ni kama youthful yangu yote imeenda. Mamangu alikuwa ananipa support hapo nikiwa mdogo, amenilipia studio. Alikuwa anatarajia labda baada ya miaka kama 3-4 nimeafikia ile malengo yangu, nimepata kila kitu ambacho alikuwa anataka, lakini inachukua muda mpaka mamako mzazi ambaye alikuwa anakusupport anaona kijana wangu ako na talent, roho yake ishatoka kwako, anasema hii muziki ambao unafanya tafuta, achana nayo, utafute kazi nyingine. Alafu kuna ile mwangalio ya society pia, ukiwa msanii kuna kiwango fulani unafaa, kuna standard fulani ya maisha ambayo unafaa uishi. Na hiyo standard ya maisha pia inakulazimu, maana unaambiwa ukue kama brand ama act kama brand. Na hiyo brand ama hiyo standard ina gharama yake. Na labda wewe mwenyewe ndio bado uko ile harakati ya kusaka, ya kutafuta. Sasa inabidi unabishana na lifestyle tofauti. Unaona?
Yeah.
Inakuwa pressure kwa akili, akili ya mtu
100%. Yeah.
Ukirudi mtaani, labda mtu amekuona kwenye TV, kwenye video za kifahari, anatarajia uishi maisha fulani, lakini umewekeza ili kupata video hiyo dhamana ambayo pia ni mahitaji ya mainstream media. Unaona? Yeah. Sasa inakuwa ni pressure kiakili ambao kama hujakomaa ama una nundu ambayo inaweza stahimili hiyo, unajipata umelegea.
Kweli. And nile the difference between reality na vitu kwa ground na what you portray out there, kwa sababu of course lazima uportray your lifestyle vile unasema, and you have to like live it up, lakini ukweli ni you put so much money into production, whether it's videos, whether it's the studio, the transport, all of it. So by the time I promoter na pay pesa kidogo, you're looking at it and you're like wondering, why did I get into this? How has it been for you, Jirongi?
Me, I've never made a profit out of every money I've ever put in my music, and I never wanted profit. I just wanted to do it because I can do it. There's nothing more dangerous when a person wants to do something and is not doing it because he wants to get paid or do anything. Right. He wants to prove a point. I'm a VP. And for me, I knew when I started doing music, because of every mate of mine around me, it can be classism, it can be racism, it can be whatever, the topic people are talking about. But what I know is we are in a world of business.
Yeah.
Maybe the business is not dropped in our side because some people, their agenda is not that. The agenda is not being truthful. The agenda is maybe full more people make more money. I'm a VP. And then us, we are coming in the business of truthfulness. We want to make money out of truth, not lying to people. And that's why we are saying Kenya is a extreme sport. Right. For example, only in Kenya, a promoter would say, that guy is hard-headed.
Right.
And he's talking about an artist. In order to be different, in order to be an artist, you have to be different. You don't have to agree with people.
That's true.
You can do business with everybody, but doesn't mean you have to agree with everybody. So in Kenya, if you don't agree with somebody, because he's conning you, he's taking all your money, he blacklists you, he put you in a list, and people will be like, you see that guy, don't work with him.
In fact, there's a promoter, sorry to cut you short, there's a promoter a Kenyan promoter in America who said the exact same words of a Tanzanian singer, and that's because she just didn't deliver on the show and people didn't come out for the show. But she said, well, you have to be humble. People here in America, they spend money on things of value.
Humble me when he's doing business. Excuse me.
Exactly, it's business.
Humble when you're doing business. Business is not humble. Business is vicious, it's ugly, it's devils, it's everything. Because you're calling people, you're taking profit, and you're making more than what you want, you have put up. So there's nothing nice, it's nothing personal, it's just business. That's why people say that if you want personal stuff, go to a funeral, go to a wedding, go to a birthday party. If you want to be, if you want to put your heart out there. But if you're in business, you have to be vicious. If you have to be an artist, you have to be vicious.
Right.
Every art you're doing, that's why we're taking the blunt. For me, I've told you, I just counted. For me, I've done music for 20. Because I think my first time to hold a mic was 2019. Up to now, that's 23 years or 20 years or whatever. I've never made a profit out of everything I've ever made.
Oh, you mean you started in 2009? You said 2019.
No, 2009. Sorry.
Okay.
Sabu. Yeah, I'm still 20 years young about it. Right. So, in short, as in the direction, the same reason Daudi Kabaka died, Bilado. Now, this is the funniest part. And then you find Kenyans telling you, Buddha utade dumesota. Daudi Kabaka gave us good music. I've been with Daudi Kabaka, chill with Daudi Kabaka, with Fadili Williams, all these people. And they tell you the same thing. The businessmen in Kenya, first of all, they want to make money. Second, you're not supposed to uplift people.
Right.
You need to be like, take that girl, fuck him, whatever. Yeah. But if you start talking about like upliftment, there's this and this and this and that, there's a problem. Why the promoter will tell you, people won't come in club and start drinking because of the kind of music you're doing.
Right.
The same people, they're playing gospel music in a club.
They're playing,
and people are drinking even more when gospel music is all like, that song,
Stomp.
Not even Stomp. That lady.
Kunadawa. I remember.
That's what's a hit club.
Yes.
But it's a gospel song.
Yes.
But people were drinking so much. Because when you say Kunadawa, like, bartender, give me that medicine. Yeah, there's medicine around here. You see, but they will tell you because you're uplifting people in the street, like, this is what we are going through. This is what we are doing. This is the struggle we are doing. This is whether we have a problem with the government. Like you're addressing what's up. They don't want that. It's either you deal with Jesus or you deal with alcohol.
William, I'd just like you to weigh in a little bit about this because I think you've basically seen the evolution of the culture of hip-hop, of rap, and there's always that distinction between commercial and conscious, and he's like saying like, I want to put out conscious stuff, but it's not going to be accepted in the clubs or it's not going to be accepted by the promoter. Like, how has it been in terms of the evolution of hip-hop in that regard?
Well, that's the thing, we've depended on an industry that is not going to compliment us in any way. What I mean? That their main objective and motive is to create destructive messages in music. So it's not being embraced in these clubs like that, but at the same time, you have to go with the rhythm of the beat,
right,
of different eras.
Right.
So if your message and your music is not really moving the people, and it's just for listening,
right,
it's not going to be heard in the club. You know what I mean? But you have to have a message in the music.
That's true.
As well. You know what I mean? And that's what hip hop edutainment is about. That's
right.
what this brand, this whole objective of turning hip hop edutainment and turning it into an industry, but a controlled industry, which we dictate who can utilize the term to apply to the music and the message or the images. Right. You know what I mean? Of course, they're not going to allow the right kind of music in these clubs like that.
Right.
Especially if it's not moving the people. You know what I mean?
But there was a time when it actually did, when Common came out with the lights and...
but it came out on a almost a deceptive way, kind of.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that was an era. That era also was a time when so-called conscious music was out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then when they realized that it was actually moving the people and actually influencing the people, that's when they really started flipping the script and not allowing it to be functionable in the industry, what they call hip hop. But hip hop don't have an industry. It's just hip hop.
Right.
You know, hip hop edutainment is looking to turn that, flip that, and turn it into an industry where there'll be an outlet for those who are conscious, like Brother Biax and God G-Rongi. Yeah. So better pronunciation by the brother.
Right.
You know, so I'm working Brother G right here. So, you know, they need he need an outlet. The skills are there. You know what I mean? It's not like they're limited as far as the skill. It's just not an industry that's going to support their talent and their abilities, you know. And that's why hip hop edutainment is looking to be able to be that outlet.
Right.
You know what I mean? But not just limited to just being an MC, but also being an author.
Right.
Because they're writing anyhow in a book, but they're not applying it to any kind of literature. And hip hop edutainment is looking to be able to bring those MCs who might not be on the stage anymore, but put it in a book and made it an educational application.
Okay.
Not just, you know, writing, you get a little older, you ain't going to be out there bouncing against, but at the same time, you can connect with a graphic artist or a graffiti artist and be able to turn that message that you have in your rhyme, put it in writing, and at the same time, be able to still get paid. You're not limited, you know what I mean? So, you know, I understand why the white man, or excuse me, you know what I mean? I understand why the man is not allowing this kind of artist to be able to get any kind of exposure, you know what I mean? Because they know the fact it's going to ruin their opportunity to make that dollar off of them, you know? So that's what we are here. You know?
Speaking on the male mental health, right now, like the music of the business of music has been riddled with a lot of violence in the States right now. A lot of rappers are losing their lives more than we even knew. We only know about the ones who have been publicized. But 50 Cent put out a documentary just the other day, which now brought a little bit more light into the violence that exists within the music industry. How is it like? Do you feel like it's really glorified? Violence is really glorified through music.
It's been that way for a minute, ever since gangster rap has been put out there. It's been part of the culture. They created the culture because they control the music industry.
Right.
So and then when, you know, Public Enemy, when Common, when Parrish, when KRS One, you know, I'm trying to name some of the other top artists when they started suppressing conscious music like that, you know. But it's an industry,
right?
You know, so they can dictate, you know, who's going to be heard and how the music is going to be circulated.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. When you have the record companies and you have the distributors saying, okay, we're not, we good, you know what I'm saying? And then you hear this other derogatory or any kind of destructive type of messages in the music. Oh, we need that because it's going to sell our liquor. It's going to sell our drugs.
Right.
You know, it's going to get them to have more sex. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going create some more killings. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're gonna create more money for the public defender, for the penal institutions. You know what I mean? So they constantly put artists like that out there to be able, and they back them financially. You know, and then they put the guns within the community for, you know, because many of us don't have access to guns because of the fact that, you know, a lot of people have even felonies. You know, and black people in America really don't, you know, apply for gun license, and it's a struggle to try to get it. You know what I mean? But when you got a system out there that's willing to put, drop a boatload of trucks, open the back of it, and, you know, do what you got, ammo and guns at the same time. You know what I mean? No one's watching where these guns come from.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you got this music being promoted at the same time. You know, yes. Mentally, we are dealing with some stuff. We stealing stuff still from us as Africans who's been kidnapped, because at the same time, y'all had your own genocide here in Kenya. But we still dealing with mental situations. You know, we've never had any freedom of having this W boy on top of our necks. You know, George Floyd wasn't the only one. You know what I mean? There's many more in that same time period was having someone knee on their neck. You know what I mean? Or someone being shot. So it's just what was caught on camera. You know. So, but we're dealing with this trauma. We're traumatized with that. So, but there's no help. We don't have professionals out there that we can actually go to. And then, you know, many of us are under the impression that you're weak if you go to get some assistance.
True.
Then if you're going to try to find someone to get some assistance, they're not looking like you. So you're going to talk to the enemy to try to resolve your mental condition. It's not going to work. You know what I mean? So the conversation has to happen within the families. And sometimes you have that trauma within the family that, you know, it's hard to be able to have that conversation within the family that, you know, you're going through this kind of struggle. You know what I mean? So you got to try to uphold this image of I'm strong under these conditions, you know, but in the meantime, you're being broken and torn apart on the inside. You know what I mean? So the reality is, that's why I also, you know, now, I have to keep going back to hip-hop edutainment, but that's our motive. That's our objective. Is make sure a message in the music and educating the people and creating an outlet to be able to put a message to where people are able to have songs and images that's going to reflect something that can help resolve the issue. You know what I'm saying? You know, but, you know, when we go back to music, we want the beat to still move. We are African people. So our vibe is like, we like movement, you know what I mean? It's rare that we want to just sit there and listen, unless we listen to some kind of slow jam. And that's something, you know, we as Africans and Americans have created, like the slow jam music, to where the music is like, you know, it's mellow, you know what I mean? You're talking about love, you're talking about, you know, affection, you know what I mean? Those are the period of time that you can have that down period of saying, you know, I need my boo to be next to me, to, you know, to comfort me, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, those are those things that are part of our whole culture that is not actually being expressed to really, you know, to be heard, to where, you know, it needs to be more expressed within the music too, so that we can be able to try to find some healing. You know, we're struggling right now.
You know
100%. And we continue to run to the same perpetrator, meaning the same enemy, to resolve our issue. And we know the perpetrator, we just so intimidated by him that we don't want to expose him, you know? So message in the music, hip-hop
message in the music,
you know what I mean? That's where we are. Let's create an industry here in Kenya and make that the new industry, and let that go out to the world rather than world bringing it into Kenya.
It's time.
You know
it's time. It's time.
You know.
And on that note, we're going to take a short break with the music, and then we'll come back and get more into who Vyoxidede is and hip-hop edutainment as well.
Yes,
all right. Let's take a short break. We'll be back after this.
That's peace.
Gnarly wrong rained. Yo, ndani ya battles music man. My AC's in a fuse in a DC.
I'm not the top to be talking about them, they not in my radar. Yeah, I can't be taking on nobody, I'm busy chasing a baby. Yeah, I'm on a whole nother level. I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm not the top to be talking about them, they not in my radar, yeah. I can be hating on nobody, I'm busy chasing the paper, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, yeah.
Alunyo wasigu gutada yuyo matindu matongo banga vudu makeda matweko dukanda luenda magebega hunge machanda masa musa makonagi yane toka juba tuna Bobby wane shifting gear switch lanes yane hane toko puga tepo chakwenene rap menace toda henes ninja skoro penjo how we do this anyama nyulo lines kabinga bula buda kilia kulieta ne intakula hude gimachando chunya kido kucha muga ngamusudo puta boto puga sako mula lopengula kingdom of rap ane putresula isonga gakuru tapido tula apesi gonduru to pende mula anyodho kanguru tagura gura tura kabiro turu tayula yula bila makondele buda temi mula pila mino lepkatia pele brecha tula kase juice check a baba cheddar cheese in my father.
I'm not the top to be talking about them, they not in my radar, yeah. I can't be taking on nobody, I'm busy chasing the paper, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm not the top to be talking about them, they not in my radar, yeah. I can be hating on nobody, I'm busy chasing the paper, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, I'm on a whole nother level, yeah.
I'm in a whole nother level, uwinja my level, man. The kuche uwalo antiche madwaro can never complain. Most of the time nililala gadaro kucheza na karo mavela na tei. Music ni follow jumisi kufail na sina utonglo sikupay. Wananitaga kijana hatari walinipa membe kali nikakuja na hatari na kwa sababu ya hali smini roge jwa guitar strings ama nrudi mtani kucheza rumba na shetani. Faka mababi wanachocho na bangi, I can't trust matiangi, just another bandit. Bona hama follow kitu cheki wanatupima, if you ever see me smelling cause my picture that's PR. He's the streets man's all about the paper. Mera LinkedIn kitchen kanya theo sip na tunaga my idol sisi, so I had to step up. I'm on another level, I swear yeah mwezi catch up. No bada show safi tafadhali brother take a song. Mini ojia chana mimi better leave me alone. Hit and then you wrong, do chini till the enemy knows you. Ni lazima wakumbuke wako.
I'm not the top to be talking about them, they not in my radar, yeah. I can't be taking on nobody, I'm busy chasing the paper, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, yeah. I'm not the top to be talking about them, they not in my radar, yeah. I can be hating on nobody, I'm busy chasing the paper, yeah. I'm on a whole nother level, 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 yeah, yeah.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your #1 entertainment records.
Yeah, hey, MK1010.
Yeah, Genesis. Niggas battle, we tied.
Yeah, yeah. MK10, I never go lacking. Baby, sikosi mipango. I thank the Lord for keeping me humble. Been through my fair share of struggles, life is a gamble, I need a Lambo. Missing a time na my scandals, check your farm, sijifanye damn boy. We taking over each and every angle. Rest in peace to my uncle. MK10. Trouble my vato, be reckless familiar. Raising the stakes to $1 billion. Hapa washaza kukimbia. Took us street, see you're safe. Napenda Gucci Dios on a chase. Mwanangu na expensive taste. Wadai vas, Tafika Bay. Next, if you're feeling some type of way, we ain't equal. We ain't equal. Keep it simple, but we ain't equal. Next, if you're feeling some type of way, we ain't equal. We ain't equal. Keep it simple, but we ain't equal.
Yeah, take $1 million risk, make $1 million move on $1 million bitch with $1 million coupe, but $1 million crib with the hits I produce. I'm the king in this bitch and the nigga got a proof. Learn from the streets that I gotta get my bands up. You ain't really gangster with a socket, pull your pants up. Get a whole beat with a word for stands up. My bitch ain't a stripper, she on money dancer. Dami ain't shots, they eat pull the bell. Tryna catch up, I spotted my switch to get weapon goodbye just like Wizzy. I'm out of here. hell. Jupiter diamonds be shiny, they gotta still smoking up, feel sniffing mop like perfume till I caught up, little nigga, you gotta excel. But I'm working, just tryna be perfect, no stopping. I get to the top and I gotta excel. Stand by and watch how this record's gon' sell, nigga. Fuck a mistake, it ain't part of the deal. I got bars like your favorite rapper ain't a cell. Always stick to the rumors, they ain't never gon' tell. Next, you ain't really with a sweet shit. Next, wasn't with us from the beginning. Yo, next, you can't really handle a sentence. Yo, next, MK, I'm done with this verse, God bless.
Next, if you're feeling some type of way, we ain't equal. We ain't equal, keep it simple, but we ain't equal. Next, if you're feeling some type of way, we ain't equal. We ain't equal, keep it simple, but we ain't equal. Next,
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
We ain't equal, keep it simple, but we ain't equal. Next, if you're feeling some type of way, we ain't equal. We ain't equal, keep it simple, but we ain't equal.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Yeah. Oh, Maria. Oh, Maria. Hey. Oh. Walimlekeza Maria, wakamuita Maidia, misisimuko ya kumtania, wapanda shuka angazia. Oh Maria, angalia, analia. Oh Maria, analia.
Yo, ni kawaida kwa binadamu anapokumbwa na matatizo ya utafuta kumlaumu tu, na Bwana si suluhisho. Mwepesi wa hasira tena wa kwanza kuzua visho, ili kufaulisha patanisho. Kaa chini, tafakari, reflect mwanzo mpaka mwisho. Jina lake Maria, mtoto moja kwa familia. Alipendwa mara mia, wazaziwe furaha aliwatia. Aliogelea kwa mapenzi, alichotisha alipatiwa. Akakolea kwa hayo malezi, hakuna kitu angekatiwa. Miaka upesi zikakwenda, shule upili akaingia. Wazazi bado walimpenda, makubwa nia walimpangia. Harakati kuwepo shuleni, hapo ndipo akapotea njia. Wanaume wa kiume pembeni, jicho moja akaanza mfinyia. Akajipata kwa penzi tofauti na lilo zazo walimpatia. Hisia ikawa inaongezeka kile ukijana alimkumbatia. Kisirisiri wakapatana na paja zake kumpanulia. Hata miezi mbili kajulikana tayari mimba shamtia. Wiki kadhaa ikawa imepita huku mwili wake unabadilika. Akajawa na woga maana wanafunzi walimponda kila pahali alipopita. Haikuchukua muda mrefu kwa walimu pronono ikafika. Upepo wa umbea ukalea siri kwa wazazi ukagundulika. Ghafla maji kazidi unga, alipomweleza nilimtia mimba. Nila naye kwa kiburi akainuka, alihisi kutumika. Nafsi ndani akaganda na moyo wake ukavunjika. Kwa mateso ya hisia kisaikolojia aliathirika. Shuleni ya kusomeki ya kuendeki akafurishwa. Wazazi pia nyumbani kuitoa hiyo mimba walimtia pressure. Bila hiari yake kwa kitendo hospitali alijilaza. Ilikuwa matako ya wazazi wake, soko machungu na woga. Kila mishipa mwilini mwake kwa masikitiko aliukaza. Akahisi kipande cha uhai wake kwa unyama umetuanzwa. Kilichofuata kuvuja damu, akapoteza fahamu. Ndio masaibu yameanza, sauti kwa umbali ukamweleza.
Walimlekeza Maria, wakamuita Maidia, misisimuko ya kumtania, wapanda shuka angazia. Oh Maria, angalia, analia. Oh Maria, analia. Dhamini ulicho nacho sasa kwani kesho, ujui mpango za Maulana hapo moro. Love today, cause tomorrow is no guarantee, no guarantee, yeah. Dhamini ulicho nacho sasa kwani kesho, ujui mpango za Maulana hapo moro. Love today, cause tomorrow is no guarantee, no
Yo, kwa ndoa miaka 10 Maria bado ana mtoto. Mumeo kumkujia ngumi akizipokea kulia kushoto. Kuitwa tasi kamfanya duni kila siku changamoto. Majirani kudona kwa matusi kidonda chake kupasha moto. Akajipata kireflectens wazazi walifosa toe limba. Na hivi sasa na regret maana wao ndio chanzo cha msiba. Kwake kila mahali si safe. Akasik solace kwenye giza. Kujitia kitanzi next step. Mwangaza wake akauzima. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Stop it. But thank you. Having nice, deep conversations right here on The Vault, where we're all about that hip-hop vibe from the 254 to the world. We're in the Radius crew member.
Jirongize ndani ya nyumba.
There you go.
Leo niko na 5 fingers in the air. Mchizi wangu usimind, tuko 100% na wewe. Give thanks and praise, unajua tena. Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately Jimmy was not able to make it.
Leo tuko US.
Leo tuko US. Jimmy angekuwa hapa pia angetoa Jimmy angekuwa hapa angetoa zake zao za Big shout out to Jimmy.
That will be London English. Yes, speak London English. Yo, Jimmy said na kudis. Unajua we got love for you.
Nothing but love.
Heal quickly, bro. We missing you, bro.
100%. Yes.
Yeah, we miss your beats.
Right. We miss you, and we can't wait to have you back in studio. But indeed, in studio we do have 2 great people, and we have Thursrday and William Mackson. Just let me know if I got the name wrong.
You're right.
All right. Okay.
You do better than I do. Even pronounce my own damn name.
Oh, really? Well, that's great. And he's from Hip Hop Edutainment. Absolutely love the visuals. Like I told you, I just stalked you online yesterday. I'm sorry. I just need to check out what you're about. And I saw you guys are spreading out hip hop through, of course, dance music and mascots. You have mascots out there. I love it.
It represents all the elements of hip hop.
Right.
You know?
So before we get to Hip Hop Edutainment, Thursrday, for guys who don't know who you are, please could you just describe wambie watu exactly who you are, real names pia zinaweza tokea, zile names tunajua za M-Pesa, alafu as well as your body of work.
Mimi ni Thursrday. Nimekuwa kwa industry miaka kadhaa. Nimefanya saizi nina album 2.
Okay.
Nilianza muziki kitambo kidogo. Nimegrow up Dandora.
Sorry, I got ready the vault. Buda, unaongea kuhusu album zako, jiongeze zile umetengenezea watu. Unajua watu wajue ndio mastermind wa vitu mingi huko nyuma, behind the scenes.
We didn't knew. Hebu tuambie.
We didn't knew.
Tumefanya project kadhaa kuinspire vijana. Kasa hizi tuna bring up Luo Rap.
Very nice.
Tuna bring up Luo Rap. Tumeipush mali inatakikana saizi at least inakubalika.
Nakubalika sana.
Nashukuru mimi ndio award holder saizi wa Luo Rap. Award Maru Awards. Ilikuwa this year actually.
Very nice.
Ni blessing kubwa.
Pongezi kwako.
Ni blessing kubwa sana juu ilikuwa ni award kubwa. Alafu Nyanza mzima kwa category ya Luo Rap. Kukua kwa stage na wale artists ambao wanaangaliwa ma legend.
Yeah.
Ilikuwa ni blessing. Ni place nashukuru tunapeleka hip hop pia kwa platform ingine hata kama ni vernacular, but hiyo platform ya kushare platform na big artist wa genres zingine ni stride tumepiga
kweli. Kwa sababu tulikuwa na hiyo argument ya do you think like vernacular rap can really have a place in Kenya? Na tumecheza as in so many artists na as in like it's just on another level.
Yeah.
So it's not ati inafaa kukubalika, inafaa kukubalishwa, inafaa kuchezwa just because of how dope it is.
Authentic.
And authentic. Yes.
Juu na ilikuwa gumu kwanza kabla nianze vernacular rap juu. Mwanzo nilikuwa naambiwa inaweza limit boundary ama inaweza create boundary kati yangu na mashabiki, lakini mimi huamini kwamba rap ni universal language.
100%.
Ni vibe. Sisi tuna groove ama tumegroove up some other genres kama Lingala. Tunapata mtu ana sing along Lingala elewi, lakini ana sing along everything.
Hata juzi tu na mapiano na waelewi. Na
tunaimba. Muziki inakuwa ni universal language. Moyo inazungumzia moyo.
Kweli.
Kwa hivyo nashukuru album 2, ya 3 ndio nafanya. Naweza sema singles ambao nimefanya kwa hii album 3 imefanya vizuri. Mazuri inakuja kabisa.
Ni project gani you're most proud of yenye unasema yenyewe this is the thing that I love the most from my career?
Project yenye napenda zote, lakini sasa unajua pia siwezi sema napenda zote kwa kiwango moja.
Kuna ile yenye ulisema I did that. Yani mimi ndio ule msee.
Kuna ngoma lilifanya na ni Luo rap. Hata hiyo ndio iliniweka kwa map sana. Ilikuwa ni kitu personal, ilikuwa nimededicatea babangu.
Okay.
Alikuwa hiyo muda alikuwa na cancer. Ndio ni marehemu saizi alipita.
Pole.
Kwa hivyo nilikuwa nimeandika hiyo wimbo ni kama ni ombi kwa Mungu. Hiyo ni kama ni ombi kwa Mungu ikiwa anaweza akampatia nafasi ya pili, maana cancer ilikuwa kwa stage ya 3. Ilikuwa ni ngoma personal. But sasa hiyo kuiimba na roho ni kama iliguza watu na roho. Unajua ukiandika wimbo kwa roho yako, wenye wanaisikiza wataisikiza na roho.
Kweli.
Kwa hivyo nilimtumia Eric Omondi. Sikuwa najua Eric Omondi. Hatakuwa tumemjua yeye, anijui mimi simjui, lakini nikamtumia hiyo demo kwa WhatsApp. Akapendezwa nayo. Akaniambia wewe bro, ukimaliza mastering nini wewe nishtue tufanye video.
Nice.
Sasa ikawa hivyo, hiyo ndo ngoma tuseme naweza sema ili blow kabisa.
Very nice. Niliona visuals leo. Ni poa kabisa. So just away from that. Unajua sisi Wajaluo Kiswahili si kidomo chetu. But I hear you speaking very nice Swahili. Did you grow up in Nairobi ama Mombasa ama?
Naweza sema nashukuru Mungu mimi nimekuwa kila place. Alafu nilizaliwa na kichwa fulani ya kuadapt easily.
Okay.
Nimegrow up Dandora phase 4, nimesomea City Day Academy, ushirika Tomboya. Kwa hivyo all my primary school nimekuwa Dandora. Alafu
najamshina nimekuona wapi? Aya, ulikuwa Tomboch?
Ushirika kwa
opposite Tomboch. Hapo Dimes. Bro, kumaanisha nyinyi na kina Zaka na kina mwenyeji mlikuwa
karibu area moja. Lakini ilikuwa mdogo hiyo wakati. Jumatatu ilikuwa na stay, nakumbuka ilikuwa naona kina Gidi walikuwa na stay. Base fulani ya Flamingo. Gorofa ya Kisii ndio ilikuwa gorofa ya Kisii.
Nia?
Koziko mbili. Moja kwa phase 4 nyingine kwa phase 2.
Sasa ya phase 4. Hapo ndio ilikuwa na stay. Hata kuna crew tulikuwa tumeanzisha hizo enzi. Ilikuwa kwa Flamingo hiyo phase 4. Hapo chini gorofa ya Kisii.
Opposite tunaona Ngara primary school.
Hapo ndio nimegrow up primaries. Alafu sasa secondary nimegrow up Migori. So unajua Migori ni border ya Tanzania. Kwa Tanzania na Kenya. Sasa nikiwa pale nilikuwa nasikiza sana Radio Free Africa. Kulikuwa na hiyo show ya Radio Free Africa ambayo ilikuwa TZ. Ilikuwa inacheza sana hip hop. Hapo ndo nilikuwa nimeanza kuwa inspired kabisa sasa na hardcore hip hop. Mwanzo nilikuwa Dandora, nilikuwa nasikia hizo za uko fulani Maumau. Hizo hapo ndo inspiration ilikuwa imeanza sasa.
Hip hop ilikuwa at the home of hip hop, yani hip hop city kabisa.
Ndio maana unaona hiyo versatility iko.
You've had a lot of influence, really good influence.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So just a little bit into now hip hop edutainment. How did it get started? What was the motivation behind it?
The motivation was myself, I struggled to learn how to read at an early age. I couldn't read until I don't know what it was called here, but I was in 5th grade when I learned how to read.
Right.
So I didn't, I left high school probably at a first, second grade reading level.
Yeah.
You know, and I learned by the way of sounds of letters. It was in a rhythmic way in my alphabets.
Right.
And alphabet, and this is where in which I learned the sounds of my letters and learned how to read.
Okay.
But my 5th grade teacher, they had a special program for teaching children how to read, and I learned my sounds by this rhythm. It's abacada, efaga, ijakala, na pakwa, sta va wa ya za. So when I learned those sounds of the alphabet, you know, which is actually A, B, C, D, E, F, G, but you know, most kids weren't able to read because they didn't know the sound.
Right.
So I thought about that, and I thought about hip hop. You know, that's in 2009. I started writing lyrics.
Right.
For my, not just lyrics, but for my book. I have a children's book out called The Story of the Hip Hop Cats and the Canine Crew, which I plan to give you a copy.
Oh, I thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you so much.
By me learning the sounds of the alphabet, I figured to turn it into like a Dr. Seuss. I don't know if y'all know about Dr. Seuss.
Yes.
So reading material.
Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, all of that.
Read
you know,
Eggs and
But
Ham.
we don't have a book like that.
Right.
But we create all this rhythm and rhyme and rapping.
Right.
Why not put it in a book form? You know?
Oh, love it.
I came up with these concepts with these characters called the Hip Hop Cats. I was actually influenced by this artist by the name of Vincent Carpio. He had something called the Run DMC Cats.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't use the characters, the images, but I wanted to do the same thing.
Right.
So I came up with the concept of the Hip Hop Cats.
Love it.
You know, so they started off with 3 characters first. Then I came up with the 4. I said, there'd be more to this concept.
Right.
And I thought about the elements of hip hop.
Right.
So all the characters represents the elements of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know? So to put this rhyme in a book gives our children more interest and want to read something that they can relate to. You know, images that reflect who they are. You know, so that's what hip hop edutainment is about. Putting rappers' writing abilities into a book form, taking graphic artists or graffiti artists' abilities into a book form.
Right.
You know? So all of this is stemming off of me not able to read.
Love it.
Me learning the sounds of my letter, you know, which the alphabet goes like this, the alphabet song on the back of that car.
Yeah.
It goes, I'm here to sing the ABCs. You must learn them for you to read. They're easy as singing. 1, 2, 3. Let's sing them with a rap melody. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. There's not, I mean, you know.
I love
you
it.
must learn your sounds for you to read.
You know,
what I mean?
I have a karaoke company. This would be so easy to transcribe and just put it out for guys to actually just, you know, rhyme with it. Because to be very honest, a lot of the kids that we brought up through Kiddie Karaoke have learned a lot through singing. And they've gotten their confidence through singing. And it has made them be able to just harness their talents. And that is through things like this. It's so dope. Like it resonates so well with me.
Listen, that's a beautiful thing, and your mom. See, this is what I'm trying to relate to the moms, because those are our first educators.
Right.
You know what I mean? You catch the mom's heart. You know, you catch the children's heart. You're gonna catch mom's heart. You know what I mean? You see the children's interested in desiring something.
Right.
And parents are gonna be the one. Okay, I gotta get that for them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you're gonna do whatever you got to do to make sure your child has that access to that material that's going to help nourish them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what hip hop edutainment goes back to. Got to get to the moms.
Love it.
The moms is going to make sure that child is educated by something that's of substance. You know what I mean? So our whole objective is to be able to create a whole industry like Disney. We're going to create the Disney, the Sesame Street, and the Dr. Seuss within hip hop edutainment. And we can control that. by us being the ones who control the terminology. Terminologies is very important, or a brand is a very important tool of dictating things. You know what I mean? So, because you can't name your sneakers Nike, because they're going to take it off the shelf because you don't own the rights to, you know what I mean? You're not going to call your basketball league NBA because they're going to take it shut it right on down. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is reflecting on hip hop edutainment. So by us owning and controlling it, that means we create educational material. We create music that's reflecting. We create images that we can put out there that we're going to be the ones who control it. And you know what I mean by we. You know, like the problem with Kanye West right now is the problem is because he stated that certain people owns and controls and dictates what they've created for themselves, but we're the tools that are creating the economic resource for it. You know what I mean? So hip hop edutainment is going to do that. You know what I mean? We're going to be the ones to create. Our children are going to be the ones performing. Our rappers and MCs are going to be able to create the commercial music that's necessary to promote whatever. You know, but we have to have something that we're going to gravitate towards. We have to create an umbrella around ourselves and say, okay, this is ours now.
Right.
This is a radio station that represents hip hop education. This is a videographer who represents hip hop edutainment. Everything is going to be under a positive structure. So the pastor, your imam, your grandma, grandpa, your children don't have to worry about anything that's labeled hip hop edutainment,
right?
Because you know it's going to have a positive message or image that's going to reflect it. You have to control the industry to dictate the direction of it. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
I saw you took this first. You brought it to Africa, took it to Tanzania. What were your hopes in bringing it now to the motherland?
The motherland is, we need something to come out of it that's, people are going to embrace. They're already embracing certain things, but, you don't control a lot of that.
Right.
Entertainment as far as children is concerned, it's not here. Why not create our own Disney here?
Yep.
I have something also called the Big Five. There's characters representing all the Big Five, so full body costumes and everything.
Yeah.
So we're looking to, Tanzania has the same thing as Kenya.
Right.
They share in that same commodity as far as, Serengeti or the big migration or the Big Five animals.
The Maasai is a lot. Yeah.
All of that reflects on the same thing. So it's easy to take this whole concept and bring it over here.
Right.
It makes it easier for me to be actually functioning for my Swahili people. It's hard to do that in Tanzania, you know what I mean? Because not everybody's embracing the English part of it, you know what I mean? And it's hard, it's difficult to try to find artists, try to find dancers who can relate to the English part of it. English is a big part of the commerce of the world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you don't embrace that, there's a lot of lost, opportunities because, Swahili is great for the continent if it wants to embrace Swahili as our business language. But as far as me trying to really push forward with this whole concept, it's been a struggle because, when I present the Hip Hop Cats book, no one can really translate it to make it become applicable tool, unless you get the kids who are going to private schools or something of that sort, you know what I mean? But here in Kenya, it's already in the system that most of the children are learning English.
Yeah.
So it's easy. I want to be able to transition over to this way so it can be able to get out into the market. The Swahili's there and the English is there. So that's where I'm looking to be able to make the impact, because of the fact that I can utilize both languages. And
I love it. I love just again, it's just just creating just the understanding of just the love of reading is coming through music and through stuff like this and merge together, they usually create a very powerful force. The power of reading and music at the same time, because even for you to write, you have to know how to read. Yeah. So creating stuff like this, and it's really needed, especially when it comes to embracing just the culture of reading and music. This is really dope. But now, we love identity, like what Voxy is doing with the Luo rap. Something like this. Are you going to be able to integrate some of our own artists, some of our own heritage into what you're planning to do now when coming into Kenya?
Big five. You know? You got MCs right here that's already doing hip hop edutainment. I knew this brother for the Oxay for 6 years.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? Through internet, through social media. You know what I mean?
That's a connection right there.
Everything's been positive.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he overstands. I say overstands what it is that I'm doing, what the objective, because he's already that. His image is already of a positive individual. You know, his message in his music has been a positive in the music. You know, from what I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm embracing a brother like that. This is how I'm able to introduce this whole concept to a brother like this. You know, another brother the same. You know, so by G being, you know, brother Bioxy, this was the connection, connect with a sister like you, and you being mama of the whole concept, you know what I mean, and giving me my whole first introduction to Kenya by you being the host of this, you know, the Vault, you know what I mean.
Right.
This is what is needed, you know what I mean, and by me having this platform is what's going to make it happen. I'm about the culture. I'm a black man.
Right.
My blackness has come from the African part of it. You know, I'm just embracing the blackness because I'm a kidnapped African coming out of America. You know, I know the fact that if we can collaborate as a people, you know, we can really make the impact that's necessary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, if you don't bring in individuals like this, that, like you said, bringing in the culture, you know what I'm saying? I don't know it. I got a concept, but who's going to be able to introduce it? You know, I can introduce it to you, but who's going to be able to introduce it to the people who knows the culture? You know, so I'm pretty sure whatever he has is going to reflect the culture when he starts putting his hands within this whole brand in which I'm bringing here, this brand industry. You know?
Right.
Because it doesn't stop at a brand. The brand is just for control.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The industry is something that's going to be widespread. And we're going to not just East Africa, whole of Africa, back into America. So now Africa is going to be influence America with hip hop edutainment. Even though it started in America, it just hadn't grown into what it is I needed to grow into.
Okay.
The platform is a lot better being here in Africa because of the fact that there's less restriction. There's no limitation, and it's easier over here in Kenya to make happen than anything else, you know, than as far as being here on the continent.
Right.
You know, so that's the point.
Bioxy, I think umeshasoma hii kitabu, si ndio? Umeipitia. So unaona ikifanyaje unaona ikiacceptiwaje in this country and especially within the hip hop community?
Idea tuko nazo. Unajua kama msanii mimi ni content creator kivyangu pia.
Of course, definitely.
Akishare idea ya hip hop cuts, na hiyo concept ya watoto na kuelimishwa kupitia hip hop. Kuna concept mingi ambao unapata mimi kama msanii. Ambao pia nikishirikiana na wasanii wenzangu kama Jirongi na baadhi ya washikadau na wawekezaji kama William Mackson, niko short iskuma mbele. Mainly tuseme kwa industry ya hip hop Kenya kwa sasa, sidhani kama kuna show ya watoto ambayo inakuza, labda kuna sci-fi ya vijana wadogo, kuna hizo miondoko za hip hop, yeye kuwakuza katika msingi ya hip hop, sidhani kama kuna. Kwa hivyo hii platform ya Mr. Mackson of Creator kwa nguzo fiti kabisa.
Kweli kabisa.
Unajua kwa watoto ndio pia nguzo ama msingi ya jamii. Hao ndio nguzo vile Jironge alikuwa anasema mwanzo pale, ukiekeza kwa watoto ni kama umewekeza kwa future. Maana mi labda mfano fulani alitoa ya kocha. Kuna kocha labda alikuwa alikuwa mchezaji mwanzo, akacheza ligi lakini hakuweza kushinda kikombe ama kushinda taji yoyote. Lakini katika ile muda wake wa kustaafu alikuwa na uamuzi mbili, ni either astaafu ama inspire generation ama vijana wadogo. Sasa yeye akachagua kuinspire vijana wadogo. Katika hiyo harakati ya kuinspire vijana wadogo, kati ya vijana wadogo kuna wale ambao walikuwa wanashinda vikombe. Kwa hivyo hao vijana wadogo kushinda kikombe ama kushinda taji ni kama yeye ameshinda. Yeye unaona ile uwezo, uweledi wake alipitisha kwa wale vijana wadogo. Kwa hivyo hao vijana wadogo wakishinda ni kama yeye ameshinda. Hakustaafu na uwezo wake chini, lakini alipitisha kwa jamii.
Kweli. I see William, you're quite admiring the way he's expressing. Probably he should be the one doing the readings around the hoods.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all had this language.
Right.
You know what I mean? Us kidnapped Africans don't have no language. We got our flow and our rhythms, you know what I'm saying, and my swagger, but in which I speak the American English, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, to be able to have a language, you know what I mean, that's your mother's tongue, or, you know, you're embracing your own cultural identity, and you're able to flow with it, you know, you see the swagger in it, and, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm admiring that because I can't do it. You know what I mean? Even if I learn the language through this time frame, I'm gonna learn little and little. I'm MZ now, you know, so I'm not gonna embrace it that easily. You know what I'm saying?
I also struggle with Swahili, and then watching him talk is just always like, it's like watching anybody speak like fluent Swahili. It's always amazing. I'm like, why can't I speak?
I can't.
Yes, and he does now Swahili and Luo.
Actually, one thing you don't know, Mzee Dede is not only speaking Swahili. He's speaking Sheng, Nairobi Swahili, Mombasa Swahili, Arusha Swahili, and Dar es Salaam Swahili. All in one.
All in one.
Swift like that.
Yeah, that's why you're seeing the expressions are coming out like, you know, he's coming from the heart.
No, for real, like his way of expression.
Bogi Genje, Bogi Genje, they speak. Ghetto Swahili, Ghetto Sheng. No, not even Swahili. That's. Ngumimbo kusema vipi? But for me nikisikia Viox akibonga, it makes me feel like a traverse around Africa. So you can feel a little bit of everything in him.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything, but doesn't mean he doesn't know. He knows. It's just like when you go to many places, you will use this place to express this way, this one, as in he's using. That's why you see everything he's doing is expression,
right?
Because of every place he has been or he has interacted to. So for him, I believe that's what's supposed to be the original East African Sheng or Swahili.
It's a blessing.
And people actually don't know about that. People usually don't know about that. Mombasa, Nairobi, Kisumu, Arusha, Dar es Salaam. They have their distinct, but somebody who has gone through all those places, when he speaks, will be like, are you from Mombasa or Tanzania or Nairobi?
You know, he just grabs he grabs your attention, like really grabs your attention.
Nobody can pinpoint you.
I know all that about you, bro. I know I found this diamond, this dude. My man.
All right, speaking of flow, we gotta get back into the music just a little bit. We come back, and then we'll just get to know now what's the journey for both Vioxy and William Mackson in regards to now hip hop edutainment, and of course the collaboration you guys seem to have right now. Right. All right. Let's get into the music. Right. Up next, we do have Subira by Vioxy and Nocha. Nocha coming up next.
Mana, ukisaidia mama mjane, umesaidia jamii. Ukisaidia mtoto yatima, umesaidia jamii. Ukisaidia siyejiweza pia, umesaidia jamii. Funzo ni kwamba ukisaidia jamii, umejisaidia wewe. Sio. Alikuwa ni binti mzuri kabla wazazi wake wajafa. Maskini hakuna alichoridhi ila masumbuko na kashfa. Alibakia kulea nduguze chini ya miaka 7, akiwa na umri wa miaka 7 kawa ndio baba tena ndio mama. Jamii ilimpa mgongo, so alikosa pa kukimbilia, na kila aliyemwomba msaada advantage walimchukulia. Maisha kazidi kwa ngumu, mdomoni hakuna cha kutia, na kazi ndogo alizofanya pia ikutosheleza familia. Deli alikesha akilia kwa machozi kudidimia, kwani mzigo ulijaa mwiba wazazi wake ulimwachia. Machozi litibisiki mwenzake alimwelezea, hapo akasikiza ushawishi, biashara ushirati akaingia. Hakupenda anachofanya, ile mahitaji alimkondolea, alitumia hadi miadarati ili kwa kazi asijezezea. Maisha napitia, ukipewa kitanzu utajitia, kwako ni poku kwa skisi la yeni familia na shughulikia.
Subira, wewe tulia, siku itafika, yote yatakwisha. Subira, wewe tulia, siku itafika, yote yatakwisha.
Baada ya miezi kadhaa biashara dada kwa imenoka, sura yake na mdogo alifanya wateja kumjazia mkoba. Kizuri cha juza mtani vumu keneo lova, kwani pesa alipata nyingi hadi wateja aliwakopa. Lengo lake ilikuwa pesa, ila kisasi kilimuongoza. Maisha yake akawa maji yashamwagika wezi chota. Ndoa alizozivunja familia 10 idadi iligonga. Wanawake walimchukia, wanaume mate lizili watoka. Urembo na mdogo kuna aliyejua binti ni mgonjwa. Wateja wakipa huduma fikra kutumia kondomu iliwatoka. Binti alichafua kijiji kutumia ngono kusambaza ngoma. Idadi iliyoambukizwa ikazidi miezi ilivyosonga. Alijua wakati umefika, maana kiafya aliathirika. Akwalipia nduguze karo zingine wakahifadhia akiba. Alipatikana amejitia kitanzi na mikosi juu ya misiba, ni kwamba kando ya mwili wake liacha orodha uliambukizwa.
Subira, wewe tulia, siku itafika, yote yatakwisha. Subira, wewe tulia, siku itafika, yote yatakwisha. Futa chozi, subira, usitie shaka, subira, kikusema sana, subira. Dunia ni duara, sote twapita, hata binadamu wanaopita ndo wabaya. Simama imara, subira, subira, wewe tulia, siku itafika, yote yatakwisha. Subira, wewe tulia, siku itafika, yote yatakwisha.
Show you fire.
You know what time it is.
Luigi got the sauce, boy.
Yeah. Whoa. Excuse me. Gonna perform. Now I can. Now I bomb. Now my band. Nigga song. Google danger. Mini dawn. Papa Wamba. Gonna perform. Now I can. Now I bomb, now I bang. Nigga song, Google danger. Mini dawn, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba. Mini dawn, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba. Mini dawn, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba. Taking Ranga, Boggy Branda, Flonny Quanga, Dosa Kemsa, Nkoma Tenda, Nkoma Tenga. Brony Mwenda, Fika Chambers, Umo Amber, Simeturunda, Nikali December, na Missy Minor, Juni Menjenga, Punguza Tempa, Eshimu Bazenga. I had to man up, we had to gang up, to stack them bands up, Nairobi stand up, respect the brand, I'm on demand, you know the brand, you understand.
Missy Punk,
Mini get to fabulous nigga. Babu yao mindo grandpa usitajere figure. Toka enzi za makaset. Kwa game mini asset. Kwa madame mini chocolate. Wembe naset. Hapa una deal na boss. We don't floss kama Isa tu ni most. Boy wa ghetto lakini vako za kisos. Kutesa kushinda ile mbogi ya wash. We be making this cash, yeah. Kabla hustle inspiration nikishash there. Boy Matata, boy Rasta, boy Smarter. Signing out brand UB, top shot.
Gonna fall, now I gamble, now I bomb, now I bang. Niggas on, I Google danger, mini dawn, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba, mini dawn, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba.
Kwani mulidhani na kina nani? Siniwe songa na umolo. Ukijifanya haujui chemushwa bongo. Pigwa ngoto kwa kisogo. I never told you when I will be back. Cause I'm with you till I die. With all these blessings that I got. Amen. I can only thank God. Kuna mengi nimepitia jina midindo everything. I don't give an F, I give a D and a D for discipline. Man, I feel like I got this energy, like I can do anything. Like I can just let up my temper, like I can just rock this quick. Kitu nafaa kujua, sita mekali ni chuma moto sana. Masiti kutochana, Tony Montana, kolabo ni gangsta sana. Papa ni wemba na master girimba. Bibi amenuna, hopa na mimba. Nimeshika tempo na roho ya simba.
They never peek on me, wanna go out to speak on me. Very time I'm still on it, mina choma I'm spitting heat. KK Kaliki Razy, KK Kaliki ukweli, KK Kenyan Kings, KK Kofia Kaptula. Niko na mic, dem analisha matiti, mi sonko. Whip ni mic, so sitabite maskio ka Tyson. Kazi ni mic, mtanipenda forever ka Jackson. Kwa hii rap game ni compare na mic, mimi ndio the god Jodo. Boys yangu ndo msupa demeko utaka kukua. Naosha marapa wananipea kazi mingi daily mimi nafua. Afadhali dictator kushinda mkabila we kama unajua kama ikus ukinifuck up bado utarudi tu kunishtua. Crazy form.
Heshima kwa wingi na get, lazima mabinti wa bend. Amina nazidi kutrend, fitina saliti uko dead. Rada napanda na pace, papa na mada ikes. Na handa madanda behave, niko ganja na jaba na gauge. Lakini matonga kwa hold, mjinga panganga umekofu. Tige na kanga mafull, tapiko na hara kwa low. Trouble mwenye jimedoze, na hando masheti na chrome. Skando na kesi za court, na bado na wateki na flow. Muda ni abuda zaka, na unda na chunga sana. Unga na skuma masaa, tunza na funza darasa. Mzuka na kupa mavas, ruka ukuto umecrash. Zusha na kuja na gang, shtuko meamusho na gang. Sanga niliacha before, kijana ni kichwa kibovu. Na tena mambicho ni dope, bishano na finyo kitovu. Tora naandika wasia, chokora mapipa karia. Dandora mnatupa gasia, wakora nadunga kimbia.
Now I gamble, now I bomb, now I bang. Niggas on, Google danger, mini dawn, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba, mini dawn, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba, Papa Wamba, mini dawn, Papa Wamba.
Tindika na mabega, kubali weni member. Wajua debe shega, nobody does it better. Nina my flavors, every taste buds, na inaweza. I'm an awesome, wewe ni wenga, wewe ni pep, unapitia toka zamu mpaka leo, ili na touch inakuwa go. So let me show you the way. So let me show you the way. Sio utumwa nipe heshima. I'm the man ule mchina kupi bangers. Bado ni mwaki stakinda bro mpiepa. Niko na form na makali but no chesa.
Chapa wenga Vicky Shenzi, round kick up cut Nicky Lazy. Mini Buddha wa mapenzi, uliza Liz na dadake pia na Daisy. Baka Beijing I'm amazing, kuna Wing Chan Chu na Mackenzie. Hapa ni rap 1-2 on the praising. Pick a post jirefreshi, after shower you go boss kamarashi. Put the post missy posi, nika flow like ametoka kimisosi. Yeah, nasifosi.
Yeah.
Dawa ya moto ni moto, nimeva jako na niko kosto. Sijali kama inapingwa, juu mimi ni bingwa. Cheki ya rosto, kila nafasi na get na force. Jo kama ni bicha megeuka. Mimi ka breeze, put you at ease, fanya savana inageuka Moscow. Namba moja of course, vile natema mistari moto. Pigezo vichoni kama ngoto, keep it hardcore kako koto. Magaidi walinichinja wakanisari, solo ni die. Nika get back kama stari, nkuwa mada wote walaya. Kili meruka ni kama Masai, nafanya nanuka ni kama mangwai. Na vile nachoma ni kama nakuona na nyonga kapinga nichome baadaye. Zile mambwak ni siezi bai, kwani ni kesho kesi baadaye. Ambia maoji nilikafunga, siko kwa matri niko kwa ndai. Zile manote mina zidai, na kuja na mbogi yote kuziwai. Kama unacheza tunakubeba, tunakuhang kwa ceiling na time. Niko na form jo kukuliko, kinicheki toka kijiko. Na leta fire shinda jiko, wezi niguza kwenye niko
Gonna fall. Now a bomb. Big song. Big song. Gonna fall. Now a camera. Now a bomb. Now a band. Nico song. A cool danger. Mini dawn. Papa Wamba. Papa Wamba. Papa Wamba. Mini song. Papa Wamba. Papa Wamba. Papa Wamba. Mini dawn. Papa Wamba.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Akuru maler, oe palo makoni yesu chelelo. Akuru maler.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Rakuchuga yubo, oe palo makoni yesu chelelo. Rakuchuga yubo, oe palo makoni yesu chelelo. Rakuchugi sila, oe palo makoni yesu chelelo. Rakuchuga yubo, oe palo makoni yesu chelelo.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
What up, man? Maja presa give you oxidede. Wateko si bidima no. Obonga nyakalaga jamana Pile osikogo gueda Wasike mamanya ni duaro gatieka odino negiyo kabisa Obonga nyakalaga nguona Dicho masetimo wena Angeo ni timbe na nyore lakini satan pile ema kuala Obonga nyakalaga jamana Pile osikogo gueda Wasike mamanya ni duaro gatieka odino negiyo kabisa Obonga nyakalaga nguona Dicho masetimo wena Angeo ni timbe na nyore lakini satan pile ema kuala
Yo, yakalaga, makbada Timbe maricho masiko chanda Ye ita ya monde yabe bangaja wa umago kumba wasigula wa Tom kure tina bonkane Umagi bombi jadolo baba Dunia ni chafu mateso mengi Nogasi kalemo pila pako nyingi Maricho manyele masiko manya Malaku matigi ni koko baba Okabitu ni kima kubada Yawa poga gibug ni modino dacha Tunga gigwetu mapongo decha Poga gitoche madodo teka Kola itwech matuyo denda Migiga ngwech kidwaro seta Yakalaga ye imake bada Yawa kikibu ya keda siki gweza Tembe maditu madino yora Timbe maricho matungo kora Weche matindo madiyo koka Weche manono masiko soka Yakalaga ye imake bada Yawa kikibu ya keda siki gweza Kala papla koro fuado Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo Yo fitina koro fuero Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo Kala usi koro kalo Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo
Obonga nyakalaga jamana Pile osikogo gueda Wasike mamanya ni duaro gatieka odino negiyo kabisa Obonga nyakalaga nguona Dicho masetimo wena Angeo ni timbe na nyore lakini satan pile ema kuala Obonga nyakalaga jamana Pile osikogo gueda Wasike mamanya ni duaro gatieka odino negiyo kabisa Obonga nyakalaga nguona Dicho masetimo wena Angeo ni timbe na nyore lakini satan pile ema kuala
Pinyo dake timu muzo nyakalaga makbada kikiwea Timna de gigirodo denda yawa gigilaga gigidea Mumo gode makuta kutenga mapoko neno ema sea Chotonde makchode kuda yoke tindo tindo keya keya Uno simbo ine taya Jecheni maka yuda lawa Uloka mufu ya wanga monda nema richo masiko kamanya Jalo mudo ine taya Chuna donde nyake kwaya Apaku rodo bongo nyakalaga yoma beyo beyo kikbaya Gochonga pinja kababa Apenji penjo moro chanda Osiku gyo mako na sanda nango wet dudu siku kekala Nyinga ginieno gichuodo Giduaro neno mana kodo Rogi mana gingono nyakalaga ato tunga kod muolo Kala papla koro fuado Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo Yo fitina koro fuero Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo Kala usi koro kalo Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo Chungu yamo yamo ngenyo
Obonga nyakalaga jamana Pile osikogo gueda Wasike mamanya ni duaro gatieka odino negiyo kabisa Obonga nyakalaga nguona Dicho masetimo wena Angeo ni timbe na nyore lakini satan pile ema kuala Obonga nyakalaga jamana Pile osikogo osikogo gwedha wasike mamanya ni dwaro gatieka odino negiyo kabisa obongo nyaka laga ng'wona richo masetimo wena ang'eyo ni timbe na njore lakini satan pile ema kwala obongo nyaka laga jamana pile osikogo gwedha wasike mamanya ni dwaro gatieka odino negiyo obongo nyaka laga ng'wona richo masetimo wena ang'eyo ni timbe na njore lakini satan pile ema kwala.
Let me tell you, just so tammy, and it's so sweet to hear rap in just vernacular. Like, people don't even understand how amazing that is. Vioxy, please. What was the name of that song? Introduce it.
Hiyo song inaitwa Bongo Nyakalaga. Bongo Nyakalaga kwa Kijaluo inamaanisha Mwenyezi Mungu. Hiyo wimbo ni kama maombi.
Bongo na laga.
Hapana. Bongo na laga. Bongo Nyakalaga.
Bongo Nyakalaga. Ni bongo na laga.
Bongo Nyakalaga.
Bongo na laga. Bongo Nyakalaga.
So that was featuring Japesa
and Eric
Omondi.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Myra, what did you ask me when I told you about music? Just me. Want your Japesa, Nicola?
I've heard Japesa's music, so I was like, because I haven't jangalia visuals ni. So unajua Nafsi Huru. No, Nafsi is our scheduler hapa. So whenever new music I hear, I'm like, who's that? So the music Japesa, lakini as in like this song is really, really dope. Tukana comments may come through on our YouTube channel. You can just continue keeping the comments coming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Angel says, Timatek. It's about OMG, such a jam. Big up Boxy, big up. Larry Raff says, big up Boxy and William, loving the vault, G and Malova. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for the comments as well. I know my sister is watching and she's timing this book. By the way, you're not going to come anywhere near it. Please. You just need to let us know where somebody can get their own. Where can somebody find this book? It's absolutely amazing.
Well, I guess me being here in Kenya.
Sorry, I just need to have you next to the mic.
Me being here in Kenya right now, only have a couple of copies with me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As my tour goes on, I'm trying to pass some of them off, to different people that I encounter that, of somebody I can, I'm conducting business with or whatever. But I do have some more copies.
Nice.
Next time I come, I will bring enough for those who are interested in getting a copy of the story of the Hip Hop Cats and the K9 Crew.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So this is it's a great read for our children.
Okay.
And they have to get their rhyme skills together because the whole book rhymes all the way through.
Oh yeah, like I'm getting my sons into hip hop with this one for 100%. Yeah, because one of them has like 2 left feet, so I'm gonna show him how to, kind of like get down.
Yeah, you get a lot of rhythm out of that book.
Exactly. Nice. And in terms of like now just putting that into music, are you planning to put it out into music as well?
Oh yeah. I have all of it. There's a whole script to that whole book. Put it in the book. Talking trash. Don't be a bully. Don't be a thug. Hip hop ABCs, my bling is my mind. What else we have? Whatever else we need to come up with,
right.
Some more rap. I'm trying to think of all my rhymes I have,
Yeah.
But that's where artists like Vioxy comes in,
right.
As well as the team of MCs that he might know. That can be able to write for the Hip Hop Cats and the Big Five, and put out that message music, educational music. Hip hop edutainment is only about the children. It's just one aspect of it. You have the older MCs that also is able to deliver messages to the older generations to give them some inspiration just as well.
Right.
So when I speak on the children, I speak a lot on that because they're being neglected when it comes to hip hop.
Sure.
And I think,
or music in general, basically.
It's a reality. Our children aren't being catered to when it comes to music. They got to listen to this adult sounding music, and I don't think it's right.
Yep.
When it comes to Disney puts out all this children's music, but they're doing it for their own community. We just go and embrace it. So why not create our own outlet of messages, in Swahili and in English, you know what I mean, for our children to say, well, I'm going to my radio station, I'm going to my room to listen to, such and such, the Hip Hop Edutainment station,
right.
So this is what we're looking at. I mean, to build with people like Brother Mackson. And since he's so well tapped into the industry, you know, that he can definitely draw many of those talented writers and MCs, producers, you know, radio personalities like yourself, bloggers like yourself, you know what I mean, to be able to introduce all of what is hip hop edutainment is about. You know?
I'm here for it, like all the way here for it. I absolutely love it. Not only for the fact that it's a great project, but just I have such a big passion for kids, and having them just come out in this, having them just be educated in this kind of a way. As in, like, I can't wait for the future of just hip hop edutainment and where it'll take the future of Kenyan music. I'm sorry, I have to just be a bit selfish and talk about Kenyan music.
That's facts.
Because it's about time it went out to the world. And what better way just raising the kids through that kind of a way. Yeah. I love it.
And when a mom is saying that, that's what we need.
Yes.
You know, the dads can say whatever, but if the moms can say this,
right?
You know, and which you are a mom of two,
yep.
You know what I mean? And you find in the love in the concept of, you know, using this kind of outlet to be able to educate our children. I know it's a winner. You know what I mean? It's nothing like a mother endorsing something that is of an interest of her.
I can't wait for you guys to put it into karaoke so we can just put it into our system and have the kids singing along to this, because this is dope. This is really dope. All right. So, Vyoxy. No, MWANGI project 100%.
Yeah, man.
What do you see the future of this, especially since we're full-on collaborator?
Ni kuiskuma concept already iko. Sasa ni kutafuta tu ma stakeholder, kubongana wasanii. Jirongi iko hapa, wana nashukuru kabisa. Niko sure wasa wata embrace. Kuna plugs yenye mimi pia naweza offer, key idea, key connection where pia already umeshow positivity. Unajua hivyo ndio vile movement ina grow. Juu mimi kujuana na yeye ilianza tu na mimi nimeshare link kwake. Akapenda hiyo ngoma, akanunua album after hapo. Album yangu ya pili ilikuwa nimemfeature kwa intro.
Nice.
Kwa intro ya album yeye ndiye alikuwa amefanya intro interlude. Nice. Sasa after hapo imegrow, ndio ile leo tuko hapa. Huwezi jua kesho tena itakuwa zaidi ya hii. Alafu juu ni kitu ambao tunafanya, tunakuza watoto wadogo. Unajua saizi watoto wadogo, mtu akiwa mtoto mdogo anafaa kupata kitu ama mtu ambaye anaazimia, anamwangalia kama role model. Na muziki ambao sisi tumetenga, ambao watoto wanafaa kuangalia, wajue kwamba hii ndio muziki ambao inafaa ifanywe, ya kuwakuza kwa maadili ambao inafaa kwenye society saizi, ambapo ni idea safi sana. Mimi na embrace fully, na connection, sisi tukiwa pamoja tutaisukuma hata ikiwe zaidi
kabisa. You got our support 100%. Jirongi, you deal a lot with young guys.
Yes.
Umeleta wengi huku kwa studio. Yes. Uko nao pia huko Hip Hop City.
Yes.
How do you feel like
I'm a teacher also at the same time?
You're a teacher at the same. How can we forget?
A mentor.
And a mentor as well.
Student wake mmoja labda ajui niko hapa.
Haya.
Unafikia?
Author. Yes, author, lakini umesikia umesema is a student of your music. Hiyo ni author. Bring your book. You see?
You want me to blush?
The only way I can know is when people bring me gifts. You see, like William knows how to be he's a good guest. He comes with gifts. So you have to let a book yako ndo I know. But yes, you're an author. You're an author.
Oh yeah. He has a book.
Yes, he does have a book.
4, yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, 4 books.
For me, one thing I believe, one time I became wise and said, kutosheka ni utajiri. When you have had enough, when you're full, you're okay.
Yeah.
Don't overdo. When you're overdoing, then that means you are a glutton.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why people say, do you have a end of money, or where you need to hold, how rich can you, how much money do you want to be rich?
Mm-hmm.
There's no end, you know. But satisfaction is the end of, or the beginning of everything. You know, you might love eating chicken. There is a point you will be like, yeah, now I'm full. Okay. If you overdo, now you become a glutton. Now you're like, you're wasting. you know. So for me, I'm content with what I've done in my life up to where I've done, in whatever I've done. If Bioxy say that, for me, at least I will tell God, before you send me to hell, please look for one man I inspired. Don't look for a million, only one person who will say, yeah, Jirongi, if Jirongi never rapped, I would never have done this.
Right.
Just one person. Or one poor person, or one person, I did something good. I'll tell God, please spare me some pain in hell. If I ever did only one thing, just look for one spot I did good, then bless me with that. I'm a VP. That's how I live my life every day. Because I stopped chasing a lot of things. I don't want to be famous, or I want to be. I stopped doing all that. Why? What is epitome of everything? Nothing. Being you, that's the realness of life. Just being you, and being content with whatever you have, the situation you are. Because where we come from, we can call it hell, but where we are going is much hellier, because the world is changing. So either in the past or in the future, actually we'll be sitting like this, hey, back in the days it was good. That's why even our parents and us, we'll be like, they're like, this is the best time to be. But our parents be like, wow, back in the days we used to be good. There was no this, there was no this. But here we are like, damn, life is good. Then when we get old, we'll be like, damn, back in the days our life was good. But the kids right now, there's, you know, it's you need to be content in where you are, right? Because life is changing.
Right.
So it's either life changes you or you change life, or it depends where you are, or you're falling in between. So for me, I just love teaching. I love telling somebody or teaching somebody something he doesn't know. Why? Because that's how I learned it also. Because like, I got it, I didn't know. So I want the same feeling when you pass it on to somebody else, because knowledge is not yours, wisdom is not yours, it's everywhere in the world. So you need to give back whatever you're given, because even a tree, it appreciates earth by bringing fruits, by bringing wind, by bringing air and stuff like that. You know, you won't stay there like, you get water from rain and you don't do shit. No, it's just you appreciate back by giving back by what you can do. Whatever energy you get around you, you give it back. You know, that's why birds will come, eat the fruits, take the seeds, transfer it somewhere else. You know, because it's a system. We all need each other. We all need to train each other. That's why, like we said, each one teach one.
Each one teach one.
Yeah, at least to free minds.
Right. Now, we've run over time. Thank you guys so much. We can sit here and converse the entire day. It's been amazing having you guys in studio. Any last words before we close off, Bioxy?
Mimi nashukuru. Hii platform yenu iko fiti kabisa.
Asante sana.
Nashukuru kunialika. Imekuwa ni blessing kubwa. Niko sure hii maongezi yetu tumeongea hapa maisho leo imegusa mtu pale nje kwa njia moja ama nyingine. Nashukuru brother Jirongi. Labda uwezi jua, lakini venye leo umejua, si tumekuwa inspired tukikusikiza. Fiatua.
Nice.
Imekuwa ni blessing. Nashukuru pia brother William. I appreciate you being around. And we are just starting the movement. It's going to be big and you feel the vibe, the Kenyan vibe.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
This is how we are.
That's peace.
When we embrace something, we embrace it 100%.
100%.
So kwa mashabiki wale tunashukuru pia kusikiza Icon Radio. Ni kitu mzuri. Martis, next time sana kuja na ubaya kabisa. Leo tumekuja tu intro. Lakini sana kuja sasa kazi sasa kabisa.
Hiyo is possible hiyo cypher. Tunataka ubless cypher yetu.
Kabisa.
We are waiting.
Hiyo lazima.
Kuja kuna space. Tuko na space. Bring them all. Hawezi kosa plan ya kukaa, walete wote.
Kabisa.
I can't wait. I love it.
Kuna vernacular cypher tunafanya. Iko na Embu rapa, Kalenjin rapa, Kikuyu rapa, Mogikuyu Kobole. Embu rapa ni Vaccine, Kalenjin rapa ni Mako the rapa, Giriama rapa ni Rigandandi, Luya rapa Bryce One. Wako kadhaa, ni cypher itakuwa cypher 1, cypher 2 kulingana na jinsi wako wengi.
Kwa hivyo ni
hiyo kukuza asili. Tusiwe tuna rap tu kurap.
Yes.
Juu wakati una rap kuna jinsi ukirap na lugha yako asili inatoka na hisia fulani yani. Hiyo sasa.
But I have such a big smile on my face because I can't wait for the future of what all of this holds.
You know me, I rap Kikuyu, yeah? I rap Kikuyu, I rap Swahili, yeah? But when I did that Kikuyu song, you know, a lot of people like, you're doing shortcuts, so you wanna hit, so you wanna be famous. I was like,
have you make Kikuyu rock?
That moment, like, that's what I was, that's the vibe I was in, you know? But because of what you're doing, you know, you're raising up my everything, man. And Giddy actually was the one who told me, you know, you're the only rapper who raps in Kikuyu and rhymes. And I was like, he told me, man, keep it doing Kikuyu.
Keep it up. Yeah.
You know, like, keep the culture, because also nobody's rapping in Kikuyu apart from the Kobole, because even when we met with Kobole, he was going through that thing. People like, so you're doing shortcut? So you're shortcutting everything? So you want to hit because you're rapping Kikuyu? He's like, man, I'm an artist. I don't know, when I take the brush, I don't know what I will paint.
Artist expression.
That will come. That's what's up, you know? Yeah. But it's a blessing what you're doing.
Very big blessing. I can't wait.
City. Kuna market ni kubwa. People don't know that the market is big. It's so big.
Na watu wanaweza kupata wapi? To look for your music, look for you on socials. Vile unatafuta watu pia wakutafute pia.
Kabisa. Na album 2 hapa watu ambao wanataka kusikiza hardcore hip hop kabisa. Award ya pili iliwin pia, album ya pili iliwin pia award Uncut Hip Hop Award yani 2018. Nice. Ilikuwa ni blessing juu kwa ilikuwa katego kina Kinkaka na kuvuka hiyo enzi, kulikuwa pia na wakadinali, kulikuwa na Calligraph. Ilikuwa ni bahati juu nimetengeneza following kutoka kitambo, kwa hivyo vitu kama award unapata watu wanakuwa loyal kukusupport kabisa. Kwa hivyo album ziko kama Vioxidede VIOX kwa YouTube pia vile Vioxidede, Instagram, social platforms zote ni Vioxidede.
Zote, okay. Yeah. William, any last words before we head out?
I appreciate Icon Radio for having a brother, you know, embracing me, showing me love, you know, which I appreciate, you know, being a kidnapped African, coming back home, being embraced by my African family once again, with Hip Hop Edutainment, being embraced by our people here on the continent. This is a beautiful moment for me, just to know that I'm on you know what I mean? And I feel as though that the people I'm dealing with now is going to definitely assist in making this thing happen. You know, being a sister like you, I think it's going to, for basic information you just shared with me a little bit off the air, it's just major in itself. It's going to just expedite me in doing some of the things I was leery about moving on, you know what I mean? In just this short time, I'm feeling the vibe and the comfort of being here in Kenya, you know what I'm saying? And I know this is the moment for change.
It is.
You know, 2023, it's going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be crazy, you know. I didn't expect this interview, didn't expect this opportunity. It's a blessing, you know what I mean? Much to be thankful for, because of the fact that you allow me to be on your station. You know, seeing the vision that I have as being something that's real. And once again, I keep resorting back to you being a mom and saying that this is something positive that I can see my child being nourished with, you know. I just hopefully that everything just the ancestors bless me with good health for the rest of these years. I definitely look forward to Kenya being a home. I was looking forward to Tanzania to be that, but at this time, that's not my vibe.
They're lost.
You know what I mean?
They're lost.
Pole.
Pole.
Just, you know, this all happen.
Yeah.
Kenya is going to make this blow to where this, what's it called? Big. Well, I was thinking about like a Disney amusement park here, called Serengeti, something of that sort. So there will be a Kenya, Africa, Disney type of place, for our children to go to and have these characters that they can relate to and all of that. I think Kenya will definitely allow me to expand on the idea and concept.
That's a great vision.
So,
very great vision.
Let's make this blessing happen. let's make this a family scenario situation, you know, and look forward to coming back and building with you. All right.
Karibu sana, karibu. Anytime. Yes, we definitely believe in your vision. I, for one, like, I'm not even, they call it what? No cap. I'm not capping.
The young boys, young girls, new generation.
I like I said, I have like a huge passion for kids. I think literally we all do. And then just seeing something like this kind of like just coming out and like seeing it come to fruition will be absolutely amazing. Whatever support you may need, just, you know, hit us up. Let us know. Wherever we can come through, we'll definitely come through.
That's peace. I mean, this is stage show too. This is just not, you know, in a book. We talking about stage shows, full tours, everything. You know,
I'm sold. You don't even have to tell me much. I'm sold.
Let's put our babies to work. Let's give them some jobs. Let's give them some employment.
Yeah.
Some of the babies can help out their mom.
Mama needs some bread. Mama needs some bread.
You know, entertainment will bring that. You know what I mean? They do it for their side on the other side all the time. Their babies are making money for the parents.
Exactly.
They're just their managers. You know?
But now you see this, they'll have fun while making money. So
this is where we are.
Exactly.
I mean? Let's make this a reality and check off that box.
Great. Man, thank you guys so much. Thank you. We'll talk more once we're done with the show. But if you have any questions, well, William, you can hit him up on which socials.
Hit me up on Hip Hop Cats on Instagram, Hip